Hello everybody, how are you doing? So some of you have really liked my video on bullying. You could check back on YouTube, Andrea Mason, your personal accountability coach, for the playback if you haven't caught it. But I want to talk about something that I've dealt with, that I've experienced, and that is the understanding, communication, and respect amongst the workplace, your social components, your classrooms, your seminars, your masterminds, and even within your family. Here are some key tips that I'd like to share with you when you feel that you are being disrespected, not understood, not listened to, and treated with poor behaviors, poor mannerisms, that you just are seen and not heard, and not being connected with those in your space. But before I do, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, for I bring you daily content every single day. I'd like to share a story with you of three quick stories of that in the workplace, within the family, and within my friends, okay? So I'm a very authentic, passionate person. I have no filter in a civil and respectful manner, but I do as I say as I do, I mean what I say, and my actions constantly reflect that of what I am saying, teaching, or my beliefs. So I'll give you an example. In my career, pardon the snowblower, in my career, we were told to do certain tasks and projects in a certain way. Now, although these projects aligned with my morals, ethics, and values, the system and the protocol did not. And I was about a woman of integrity, as I was always raised to do what you love, do your best, and do it right. And as I was able to go into the institutions of those individuals who were disabled, who had limited functioning, lack of functioning in the mental health of social work and psychology industries, I was told to go in, but prior to do so, reading the individual's chart, their profile, if you will. And I didn't agree with this. I felt that each individual should be given an opportunity where him or her can be spoken to as an individual as they are, but without pre-existing conditions, knowledge of their history, and what they've done and what they have been labeled, accused, or stereotyped as. I felt that I wanted to get the individual known on a different level. I wanted to know for the individual whom they are. This was not favored by my employers, by my supervisors, let alone my colleagues. But I did my job. I did what was required. I conducted the intake and assessment to see if they qualified and deemed for our services. And then I came back and compared my notes with what was written down on the doctor's and treatment team, as well as the family's profile. This allowed me to excel to the highest level of my career, although when it was encouraged to do this even more often and go in there with an agenda, pardon me, that's a serviceman van, drop it, reversing, they didn't appreciate that. Andrea, you need to go in. You're going on streets, into shelters, into state hospitals and state institutions. You don't know what you're in store. And I said, I understand and I respect your concern, but I will go there prepared. I have a cell phone at the time. I have a pager. And at times, if I felt that it was a concern, I'd bring a second person with me. But I did not read the profile before, for that was their understanding of who the individual was. I was able to do this for quite some time, but when it became mandated and I had to, that's when I decided to part ways. That does not align with me to read somebody's profile before meeting them so I could go there with a preconceived perspective of who they are. Secondly, within the family, I was very diverse with who I hung out with and who I connected with in my social, circle. And although I had different opinions and perspectives about individuals, there were certain areas or events that I was limited to go to for the safety of myself as well as others. My family felt that certain areas that I would stay clear from, certain events that I would refrain from going, and limited my knowledge of cultural diversity as well as socioeconomic diversity, as well as learning about individuals of all different backgrounds, ethnicities, and statuses. This allowed me to approach my family civically, I think, honestly. And when I got to go against the grain and respectfully decline their request, I came home with such amazing experiences, stories, friends, connections, networking of all different diverse groups of individuals, where I was able to widen the eyes and the lens of my family and have them educated and made aware that although we have differences make us authentic, there is still an underlying thread of love, support, laughter, and fun amongst everyone. Finally, we tackled career, we tackled family, and then my friends. I had friends of all different walks of life. I loved their stories, just loved being around people. I would just be enamored with their stories and experiences and their new ways of doing things. But then some of my friends wouldn't allow or wasn't accepting of the different groups of friends that I've had. Kids can be cruel, and there were certain cliques in the realms of my community. And then when they realized that I was also part of that community, that is when our family and I made a decision to change course. If you have someone in your life, whether it be in the corporate world of your career or industry, within your family, within your inner circle of friends, or external circle of friends, that have limiting beliefs and have influence upon you on doing something that you don't feel is right, I challenge you to ask them why. What do they know? What is their extensive knowledge about the situation or limited lack thereof? What is the reason that they don't want you to expand upon beyond the horizon for your dreams, goals, aspirations, as well as your life? This is your life that you are living. You must take complete control of what you feel is right. And if people don't agree with you, don't worry about it. Then it's time to recreate your circle, your environment, those that you are hanging around. So for those of you, a few key tips. If this is in the workplace, be bold and brave enough to address it to your colleagues or supervisor or boss and get clarification. Find the reasons behind their decisions or their perspectives. For they will be blindsided when you do approach them. Because most people do as they are told, rather than ask the question why. There's nothing wrong with being honest. There's nothing wrong with being transparent. There's nothing wrong with asking questions. Because the more that you are informed, the better your outcome and choice will be. If it is amongst a family member, how many people have addressed that family member with the questions that you have? How many individuals have been brave enough to approach that person individually and in person and ask their reasons why? And in your family, in your friendships, understand and remember what started out to create the friendship. Follow the trail on what has strengthened your friendship. And if there is a barrier or roadblock or fork in the road with your friendship, have a conversation. These are the skills that have been lost. These are the skills that have not been addressed. So I encourage you, ask questions. Find out the reasons. Get to the root cause. And once you're fully informed, then you will be in control to make the right decision. My name is Andrea Mason, your personal accountability coach, creator of the life transformational journey called Press Play, learning how to plan life according to you, and your certified global voice, motivational speaker, mentor, and coach under the mentorship of the legendary Mr. Les Brown. I thank you for listening. I thank you for watching. And friendly reminder to like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell and share this with someone who can benefit from it. For I am here, reminding you to follow your heart and not the herd nor the hurt. Until then, bringing you daily content, I will see you in the next video. Be well.